Fuel your body with Complete Multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just one tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
Good afternoon, family. Good evening. From my end, happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing amazing and hope you had a beautiful weekend. For those who are not able to catch up with me earlier, karibuni sana to yet another beautiful episode of the Africa Today show right here on the media of the 21st century. To everyone live with me on YouTube, BitChute, and also, of course, the network, karibuni sana. Kindly hit the like button on the two platforms, BitChute and YouTube. And of course, if you're on the network, kindly also ensure you put your comments under the show page where I can be able to see whatever views or thoughts you have regarding the conversation we shall be having today. Where we'll be talking about, of course, Trump, who's looking forward to bringing in the military to clean up other major cities. I did highlight we're going to be talking about this today, rather tonight, right now, new guys' time. And yes, we want to be looking at people's reaction and, of course, looking at which cities specifically are going to be affected, talking about New York and so many other three more. I think it's three to be specific that is mentioned so far. And we'll be looking at, of course, the mayors of those cities. Have they really spoken? Because we've seen none of them have been able to talk about a goddamn thing. And understanding earlier from Keith, the fact that they don't, especially the Washington DC doesn't have a governor. We've not seen any information coming from none of the representatives of these particular cities. But along that, we shall be talking about, of course, also how the Metropolitan DC police have been caught, breaking into civilians' cars amid Trump's federal takeover. And the behavior is just literally crazy how they're now completely taking control of everything. Along that, we shall be talking, of course, also what is happening. We have Stephen Smith, who say Donald Trump has done more than practically almost any administration, especially regarding ending conflicts, global conflicts. But we've seen what has been happening since Trump got into power. So what global conflicts have ended and much more developing stories as we continue. Karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby, and a quick reminder to download our app on the Google Play Store, where you can find it if you are an Android device user. Black Hot Fire Network is the name. And of course, once you have the app, you can be able to have, or rather check all our amazing things on our network, where we have the show page where you can be able to view me currently right now as I'm live on the network. We also have, of course, some videos which you can be able to see. These are videos of the previous shows. Of course, we have news and updates across the world of what is happening in Kenya, in Nigeria, in your states. We also have, of course, news and sports. We have also, of course, the special store where you can get yourself some amazing merchandise. We have some amazing, of course, organic supplements as well. But for now, get yourself some hoodie, some beanie, some, a hat that you'd like, maybe a shot glass, anything of your choice, and of course, also of your color. We have also the apparel store. Now, the BHFN Sports page, where you can get yourself the amazing supplements. I'd like to share some brain and focus as we get started with today's conversation, and of course, this is where you can get it.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
So not just that, but you can get yourself also other more amazing organic supplements. As you can see, we have the Alpha Energy only for $40. We have Brain and Focus. We have, of course, which goes for $39. And we have multivitamin bear gummies, $19.90. We have vitamin D3. We have green superfood. We have complete multivitamin. And of course, more amazing featuring products in terms of skincare. We're talking bee pulp powder, Bichaga microbiome wellness powder, if I'm pronouncing it that correctly. And of course, we also have some more amazing beauty skincare products. Roshia butter, we have bee pulp powder, like I mentioned. We have the aloe and cool cucumber soap, and last but not least, hair, skin, and nails essential, all at a very amazing affordable price. Karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby. For those who are just tuning in, and for the first time listeners, welcome to the Africa Today show. As we get started, before we get started, I have an amazing clip I want to share here. It's an animation, an animated version of. I'll share this before we get to the main conversations of the day or anything serious. I love this, and I feel like I should just start with this before we get into the main conversations of today. These are Candice Owens and the Transformers. These are Candice Owens and the Transformers type of clip. It's like it's like showing how when Candice Owens went, of course, after Macron's wife, saying that he's a man wife, and all that. So I want to share this clip because personally I do love also making fun of the whole situation. But listen to this.
I got a call from Macron, and he said he'll end the conflict in Ukraine if you just leave his wife out of this and let us move forward, okay?
I don't care about Ukraine. I want the Epstein.
You never speak of the files here anymore. You know I've never even had the privilege of going to that beautiful island. All that ever happened was he stole some young women from me. It made me feel disgusting, Candace. It made me disgusted, okay? Come on in. Perfect timing, Macron. She doesn't believe me. She needs to see it.
Yeah, Macron. I want to see it.
So evil, some folks say. Okay, baby. She wishes to see the top, okay? Let her see it. Come, take it off. Macron.
Take off your top, Bridget. Or should I say, Jean-Michel?
Can't you see, Candice? It is just beautiful, supple, ample breast, and nothing more.
I want to see the bottom.
Sacre bleu. Baby, I am so sorry. Take off the bottoms. My bottom.
See, Mr. President, I told you that.
See, Candace? Just a smooth vagina. One I'd like to grab. Macron, can I grab it? You know I like to grab, Armor. Let's make my hand great again. Are we done with this now, Donald? Okay, Macron. We had a deal. Are you gonna end the car? Oh, what is it, Donald? Oh. Okay, nothing to see here. Just a beautiful woman getting out. Come on, get out of here. Just a very beautiful woman. She's so beautiful. I am so sorry, baby. Sorry, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? You told me we wasn't gonna have to do this shit, nigga. You know I can't stand putting this damn wig on my head, hair itching like a motherfucker. You told me that they all knew that almost all their first ladies was men. They are just stupid Americans.
That person that you are looking at on the right is not a woman. You were born a man and you will die a man. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me. Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiations to end the Russian and Ukrainian war unless you stop speaking about his wife. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got balls. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, I'm pretty sure him and his husband, Brigitte, are going to come for my life. They even found a series of
Yeah, because remember they sued her after all these allegations. Wink, wink.
photos of when Brigitte was a teacher, and she chose to bizarrely cover her neck with a scarf for virtually an entire year. I would stake my entire professional career on the fact that Brigitte Macron, the current First Lady of France, was born a man.
Yes. I wanted to share that very quickly before we got started, but sadly, Mr. Newsom literally was not able to see that. But that was an amazing clip. I just love it because, it's the whole trying to prove point that Macron's wife is not a man, but he is a man. It's a funny clip. Keith, I wanted you to watch this, but you're really late, so I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to share it on your WhatsApp. That's what's up.
Really late, what now?
Karibu sana. Yeah, you're
I've been
late.
trying to.
12 minutes late. Yeah, you're late. That's what I'm saying. You're late.
How many minutes? How many minutes am I late?
12 minutes late.
There's nobody even in the chat room.
Oh, yeah, there's 14 people here. Yeah, kid.
Oh, I don't see nobody in there.
Anyway, Karibu, I'm just going to repeat it one more time and then we get started with today's conversation.
I got a call from Macron, and he said,
Are we picking up? Are we picking up where we left off Friday?
Yeah, we will, sure. But let me start with this. Candice Owens and Transformers clip. Just a funny clip.
Okay. Conflict in Ukraine. If you just leave his wife out of this and let us move forward, okay?
I don't care about Ukraine. I want the Epstein.
We never speak of the files here anymore. I've never even had the privilege of going to that beautiful island. All that ever happened was all that ever happened was he stole some young women from me. It made me feel disgusting, Candace. It made me disgusted, okay? Come on in. Perfect timing, Macron. She doesn't believe me. She needs to see it.
Yeah, Macron, I want to see it.
So evil, some folks say. Okay, baby. She wishes to see the top, okay? Let her see it. Come, take it off. Macron.
Take off your top, Bridget, or should I say, Jean-Michel.
Can't you see, Candice? It is just beautiful, supple, ample breast, and nothing more.
I want to see the bottom.
Sacre bleu. Baby, I am so sorry. Take off the bottoms. My bottom.
See, Mr. President, I told you that.
See, Candace? Just a smooth vagina. One I'd like to grab. Macron, can I grab it? I like to grab, Mama. Let's make my hand great again. Are we done with this now, Donald? Okay, Macron. We had a deal. Are you gonna end the car? Oh, what is it, Donald? Oh. Okay, nothing to see here. Just a beautiful woman getting out. Come on, get out of here. Just a very beautiful woman. She's over here. I am so sorry, baby.
Sorry, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? You told me we wasn't gonna have to do this shit, nigga. You know I can't stand putting this damn wig on my head itching like a motherfucker. You told me that they all knew that almost all their first ladies was men.
They are just stupid Americans.
That person that you are looking at on the right is not a woman. You were born a man and you will die a man. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it. All right, that is what Discovery is for. It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me. Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiations to end the Russian and Ukrainian war unless you stop speaking about his wife.
His man wife. That's all I wanted to share about his man wife, 'cause
Okay.
always find the whole thing very funny. It's just funny, and the fact that you find an animation talking about it. Personally, the fact that I love animations is just interesting. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. As we get with the conversation of the day, do you want me to start immediately, Kit, or should I still
Yeah.
continue?
So you do what? Read the comments. Have you got anybody in the comment section?
Not yet. Should I
Okay. So you do what, Joby?
Should I continue with other clips, or maybe?
You found that video that I was showing, the last videos I sent you last week on Friday on your phone. Once the two we didn't play, but so I want to explain, because as we were going.
I think I lost you.
Come back. Come back. Can you hear me, Joby?
Yes, I can hear you now.
You hear me?
Yes. There's an echo. All right, as we wait for Kate to come back, karibuni sana. Just gonna give him some time, then we'll see if it's gonna pop back. Okay.
You hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I do hear you.
All right. So starting off from last week, and what I was talking about last week, excuse me, and 10 Speed had me going to Saturday night, and Big Chief said 10 Speed derailed the whole show Saturday night. But so since I'm here, okay, so we go. That's why you got to get the book. Got to go. Everybody's going to get the book, The Emerald Tablets, because now what you get online, they've already edited the main part about understanding the Emerald Tablets and Lemuria. So you got to go get books reading on the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. So we know, as Canvas got so right, understand that with this realm we're in, this dimension we find ourselves in, this planet fell in vibration. So when you fall in vibration, you fall in consciousness, you fall in knowledge, you become a moron, for lack of a better word. So this guy, so they still try, this is the fake Yakub story, right? The big hit scientist making like, but every myth has some validity in it. So I think they saying the big hit scientist one that the cat's coming from Can you hear me, Joby?
No,
My other phone is Can you hear me?
yes. But there's an echo when I talk. Okay, I'm gonna wait for him. Okay.
All right, I'm back. Hear me now, Joby?
Yes.
Okay, I'm back. So everybody put their stores want to put them with their judo Christianity nonsense. Understand? Judaism is made up. Christianity is made up. If you follow any of these doctrines, that means you're still really uneducated. That they took from your spiritual science and made these other fake stories, these other templates. So I'm gonna have a Joby play this. They're gonna put into a Christian template, which is a lie. Okay, they're gonna say that this Yakub is the Satan he created. So remember, Satan in your Bible is supposed to be Ogo or Urogo or the demiurge or Yahweh, as the Gnostics say in the Nag Hammadi text. See, I told you when they try to go back making Jesus from a white guy to a black guy, you still fall in the same trap. They don't care what color it is. They hope that you still believe this false doctrine. There was no one ever walked the planet, name of a Jesus, a Yeshua, whatever. It's fake. They took Christ's energy and then dimmed it down into a human being. Christ is energy, not a person. So don't care what you got proof about. Look at he's black. That's an archetype of creating a religion, since the Africans were the ones creating the fake religion, or the Greeks. Not an existence of a person. We're going to play it, Joby, real quick.
Okay.
Caucasian race. This takes us back to Yakub, the fallen angel, the same being religion.
It's a fallen angel, not a fallen angel.
When he fell in frequency, he turned against his own people.
Instead of raising
vibration, he chose to move in opposition. Yakub began a grafting process, a genetic manipulation designed to strip away the carbon that ties us to divinity. To do this, he mixed human essence with animal DNA.
Carbon is your melon.
Yeah. Also dog wolf and other lower animal strains. The result was a race disconnected from the cosmos. A race that could not withstand the sun, that aged faster, and that lacked the natural...
What Joby was talking about in the show this morning.
They were engineered to be the opposite of us, a lower frequency reflection of the original gods and goddesses. This was not random. It was polarity and action, light and shadow, divine creation and artificial creation. Yakub's race was meant to be the shadow, not rulers by nature, but by deception and control. And here is the key: their existence depends on us. Because they were grafted from us without the original people, they hold no true source of energy.
Exactly.
The question is, why would Yakub betray his own?
The energy,
why
the melody.
create a race in opposition to the gods and goddesses?
So understand, they're making this story of the creation. They get parts with the animal genetics, right? But the story is made up. It's nonsense. I'm trying to figure out. But like I told you, they're still reaching out that they know this thing was created with animal genetics, and it's non-electrical, right? So the story may be live, but the results are the same of all these entities not being from what I told you, the ether, from the source of creation. Go ahead, Joe. We finish it up.
Is what we will uncover in part 2.
Okay, so that's it. So understanding. So in Atlantis, that's why you got to read it. They and all the videos that they got on YouTube, all the Emerald tablets is completely chopped up. You'll never get all of it. All It's all fake. They don't do the whole thing. Understanding, it was Atlantis what they were doing. They the ones with what they were doing with lowering the density, the vibration of the planet. As you fall in vibration, you fall in knowledge. You become a moron because now you're taking in less light, right? You're not completely knowledgeable anymore. So you lose all your information. You're becoming an idiot. You become tribal and all other kind of wacky shit. You're a moron. Damn, what's going on up here? Anyway, so that's why I try to keep it PG so we don't get cut off. But we was on TikTok too. I should have, but I want to say, okay. So entities, whenever you get white people being gurus, walk away from them. I've always taught you that. White people talking this like that guy we used in the last video Friday. You can listen to them, but don't take anything in that they're saying, because you're dealing with a low vibrational entity created here. So when Tinsby was asking me Saturday night about reincarnation, he kept talking and talking, not understanding what I'm saying, that you're in a soul trap. Do we get to pick where we go? No. You're in a soul trap of frequency. You fell in vibration. So this Urogo created this solar system, because like you just said, because these things don't have any energy. They feed off our melanin, our energy. And like I was showing you over the spectrum of light system, right? I showed you over the light, the visible light spectrum, as I was showing to 10 speed, the several things of light, right? That's where you know the African came up with the university. That's why you have 7 liberal arts, because you have 7 7 spectrums of light. Everything is connected. That's how you know it. If you start knowing who you are, know your history, you know everything's created by us, only people here. And so now you have a soul. So now you have soulless beings in this realm, and they're allowed to be here because they're disconnected from what we call the universe. And if you know anything about yourself, everything's what is within. When you look at the universe, it's a reflection of what's inside you. See, when you get caught up in their fake science and their fake numbers, their Einsteins, and all this science is fake, because they're not able to understand what you can understand, because you are spiritual by nature. That means you're science. I don't give that no spooky nonsense. You are spiritual. You are a spiritual vessel. So you know all this stuff, which they try to worship everything out. That's why they got a Jesus and an Allah. It's all outside. You as an African, knowing the truth, you know the Creator resides within. Everything is a reflection of within you. As above, so below. As without, so within. I mean, as within, so without. So we know the universe up there is just a reflection of what's inside you. Everything comes from within. So, and this is very key to understand. That's why you have a war against melanin and you understanding. So now when you look at does melanin conduct light, they say no. We know melanin is a conductor of light energy. So unless you have this certain type of melanin, everything is melanin, but they have a different form of melanin. So what this guy was saying, the Yaku with the animal melanin, they have a lower realm. They are a spirit, not a soul, which is different. A spirit is something that can be what? Animated. You can animate a spirit, but it's not a soul. Black people have souls. That's why we can go to other dimensions. They're created in this realm of existence, and they'll never be able to leave it. That's why they're dying out on this realm of existence. That's why they created. They can't climb to other realms, because we were created before this realm even existed. We come from the ether. That's why we can go every dimension as we raise the vibration. These other people with animal genetics cannot. See, they'll take our story and then attribute it to themselves. Oh, we're going to sin and all that. You're not going to sin with no animal genetics up in you. And this is what I'm about to make you understand when we start studying your pineal gland. I had Joe Bear look that up. I don't know if it was an ear One of my, I think I got an ear look up there. Joe Bear was down in Tanzania. About the pineal gland, how 85% to 100% of white people in East Indian and Asian have calcified pineal glands. The pineal glands, how your vibratory rate increases because your pineal gland creates melanin. Okay, carbon, 666, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 666. The God genetics. There's a reason why you have 9 strains of genetic coding, and everybody else on this planet has 6. You are functioning in a lower vibrational realm, but you're able to go to all realms. They are not. Because they don't have the thing that what? That synthesizes light. Your pineal gland synthesizes light through melanin that secretes through your pineal gland. So, and 10 Speed was I'm off the video because 10 Speed was asking me all this shit Saturday. So if you start listening again, you understand. So, but I kept telling you, when you die, they die, they can only go to the lower realm of the 4th dimension, which is called the astral plane. And whether they like it or not, they got to come back until they completely die out anyway. That's why they're dying out. But they can ascend no higher because they don't have what? A pineal gland. We know that pineal glands are what? Interdimensional. We know the pineal gland creates melanin, then secretes out the body. They don't have a functional pineal gland, and they don't make melanin. See, they got you hating your melanin, thinking just to color your skin. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. The color of your skin, melanin is divine. Melanin is the God particle. They don't want you to ever know this. That's why they couldn't wipe you out with diseases, because of your melanin. And but you couldn't be wiped out like any other people with these diseases. So, do this for me, Joey, real quick. Go to your Google and say the majority of Caucasians have calcified. Oh no, let's say the percentage. They gonna lie about the percentage. I know they're gonna lie. You know it's 85 to 100, except for the 15% that the Moors, put melanin in this thing. So let's say, what's the percentage? No. Just right like this for a second. Say the majority of Caucasians have calcified pineal glands. Calcified because it doesn't work. The big bone has no work, doesn't secrete any melanin, not interdimensional. These things connect. Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, study shows that there's an echo on your end. The study shows that the incidence of pineal gland classification is higher in white population, particularly after the age of 40, compared to ethnic groups like African Americans or Asians. While their pineal gland is common in pineal gland classification is common in people of all ethnicities, its prevalence is significantly higher in white people, making it distinguishingly feature of Western population.
Yeah, because I told you. So that lets you know that they were working, creating these other people. They were trying to make it less devoid of melanin as possible. And the white race is the pinnacle of being detached from the Creator. Asians are not as good, not as bad as the Caucasian. East Indians not as bad. But all together, they're all live and die in this realm. Period. So when they talk about African Americans, they mean African people, period. I'm sorry for you Indians that call yourself Indians in America. African people, okay? When they say African Americans, they mean African people in Africa, in Brazil. And because remember, Brazilians are in America too. Brazil is part of South America. So, you're talking about people of African descent have functional pineal glands. So that's why they want to teach you why the pineal. What is the pineal gland? This is your connection to other dimensions, higher realms of vibration, higher realms of frequency. So as an African person, you don't have to get caught in the soul trap, die and come back, die and come back, die and come back. You can leave this realm once you have the knowledge and, excuse me, and raising your vibratory rate up when your body's about to die. Okay? Because this is an illusion. You are not, you're eternal. But for black people, Africa, there's no such thing as death. For them, yes, their end is going to come. Sadly enough, I ain't got to do with that. Joby was in there cooking their ass up in the land her. So I got nothing to do with that. But as African people, there's no realm that you cannot ascend to because you are created from the ether. You've always been here. You've been here with the creator. You've been as a part of the creator that was broken off to live an experience. You've always existed. You've never not existed. You've never not existed. So, but we've been caught in this soul trap to feed these other entities. The this energy that was detached from the creator system, right? That was detached. This Urogo, Yaldabaoth, whatever name you want to give, the devil, Satan. That's where they come in and lay the Satan name. Whatever name you want to get is stupid name. Okay? It's detached. And so it just recycles black people. We're the energy. See, they don't have it. See, remember, melanin is a conductor of light. It's energy. So this whole system on this planet is powered by black people. And that's what, do me a favor. Oh, we're going to play that real quick, Jeff. Do it.
Okay.
I'm going to play that one.
On Earth, and why they erased her. Step 1. The colonizer's greatest trick. The most powerful move the colonizer ever made was creating their own god. A god that looked like them, thought like them, and justified their rule. They did this not because their god was real, but because they needed a weapon strong enough to erase the real god on Earth, the black woman. Step 2. The real god on Earth. A black woman is the original creator, the first mother of all civilization. Every human being alive traces their DNA back to Africa, and specifically to an African woman. She gave birth to the first language, the first culture, the first cities. The colonizer knew this, but couldn't match it. So they
beginning of everything.
Step 3. Erasure through creation. Since they couldn't erase her power, they replaced it with a counterfeit. They invented their own god, put a white face on it, and rewrote the creation story so that man came first and woman came from man, completely reversing reality. This was not religion. This was psychological warfare. Step 4. Controlling the narrative. They control what you're taught. They don't teach you Black history in depth. They don't teach you that Africa is the birthplace of humanity. And they especially don't teach you the divine role of the Black woman, because the moment you know, their God loses power, and so does their system. Step 5. The most hated being on earth. The Black woman is the most targeted, disrespected, and silenced being on the planet, not because she is weak, but because she is too powerful. Colonizers fear her voice, because when she speaks with knowledge, it breaks centuries of lies in one breath. Step 6. The power of her words. When a Black woman speaks, it's ancestral power. It's not just her voice. It's every mother, healer, and leader in her bloodline speaking through her. The colonizer's greatest fear is not guns, armies, or protests. It's an awakened Black woman who knows her divine origin. Step 7. When women rule, the world changes. When a woman rules, It's more powerful than when a man rules. Not because men can't lead, but because women create life, nurture it, and understand the balance of energy that keeps all things alive. A true woman ruler leads like nature, firm when needed, gentle when needed, always keeping balance. Some people in the back, still programmed, will ask, how did she get here? The answer is simple. We evolved just like plants, animals, and every living thing on this planet. Every life form is energy in a different form. We may look different, but we share the same system: birth, growth, reproduction, and return to the earth. When the colonizer erased this truth, they didn't just erase history. They broke the natural order, replacing it with a hierarchy that favored force over balance, destruction over creation. Step 8. Energy can't be destroyed, only controlled. The colonizer knew they could never erase the black woman's power because energy can't be destroyed, only controlled destroyed. It can only be redirected, manipulated, or hidden. That's why they created their own God, their own savior, and their own holy books, to redirect your worship away from yourself and your origins. They made you forget that you are the divine. Instead of looking inward, they programmed you to look up at a sky god that looks
Look outward. Exactly. You're supposed to go
your
inward.
ancestors never spoke, and comes from a land your bloodline never walked. Step 9. Mental chains. Outlast. Physical chains. When they couldn't chain your body anymore, they chained your mind. They knew if they could get you to believe in their God, you'd police yourself forever. You'd teach their religion to your children without them having to lift a finger. You'd fight anyone who questions it, even if that person looks just like you. The colonizer's greatest success wasn't slavery. It was making you guard your own prison with belief. Step 10. Return to the source. The truth is simple. The original God on earth is the black woman. She is the giver of life, the first teacher, the first nurturer, and the first protector. Every civilization began with her, and every civilization will end without her. The colonizer knew this, feared this, and did everything to erase this. The most revolutionary thing any black person can do today is to remember this truth, live it, teach it, and stop worshiping the very tools used to erase them. Final thought. The most powerful being on earth is a black woman, the true creator. Somewhere along the way, we forgot our real creator and invented an invisible one, calling it Father. But a father alone cannot create life. Cut down every woman, and life stops. Every tree, every animal, every human being depends on a woman to exist. She is the source, the soil, the seed, and the sun in human form. So the next time you say God the Father, ask yourself, where is the woman? Because if you can't find her, you've already been disconnected from the truth.
Yeah, that's the end of that second video from the last ones.
Yeah. Of course. So, what was I about to say? Oh, man.
Lost your train
What
of
was I about to say? I said, yeah.
as it comes
Of
back.
course,
Let me
I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
I see Faisal in the building. Karibu sana, Jiba Jaba, Karibu. Tuned in from your black job. Karibu, nice to hear from you. And he also says they age like a banana and smell like old cheese. I think talking about the white people specifically, of course. And I see your question about my well-being. I'm okay. My leg is still not really stable to stand completely. I'm trying. It's not really that painful, but the pain is still there. I think because of the fracture trying, the leg trying to go back to normal, there must be that on and off pain, So yeah, I'm feeling better. Had a cold last week, which was really, really crazy, but I feel like I'm also getting better. You can tell from my voice, unlike last week. And shout out to Jason, Karibu Sana. Jibajaba also says melatonin pills are big business with white women, especially the menopause ones. What are the melatonin pills? What do they do with the melatonin pills? Like
They take them. You know what they do with them.
the sunscreen? Is it like for them to protect them?
No, 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 no. Do this for me. Go to TikTok and say, Funny Brothers channel. He's been talking about it. I can't make any money on YouTube and TikTok. Of course not. I'm talking about real stuff about melanin. Not gonna make money, moron. Start talking real like me. You're not gonna get no money. See, I'm gonna let me see. Let me see this.
Oh, melatonin. Oh, okay. They put you to sleep. Okay, okay. I think I know them. I've seen. They put you to sleep, right?
Yes,
Is
it's
it
also like it's also like a healing agent. So, yeah, so melanin. They don't want to call it melanin. They want to call it melatonin. All other kind of stuff. They don't want to call it what it is, melanin. They need that. So they've been stealing melanin from black people, extracting it from your body over 100 years now. You just don't know. They did it for their existence.
Chat, mosquito, karibu sana. Jiba has a question asking, is there a medical test that will determine if a pineal gland is classified? That's a good question.
But prove whether it's calcified or not, jibber jabber. I think there may be, but you would know. You've been a rabbit alcohol drinker, smoking, doing any kind of drugs, eating a messed up like drinking a lot of sodas. But you can clean yourself easily by just going as much alkaline as possible. Clean your system. So you want to detox your system. So see, that's why they see this is attack. See, if black people because black people have been so low in vibration, have been taught nonsense, and don't know themselves anymore. They don't understand what someone's attack on your melanin. So this attack, the GMO foods, this attack on your pineal gland. But see, African people don't know them, so they don't know what all this stuff actually is, that you under attack. These people are warring on you. This is a war that they're orchestrating on you. Right? They don't understand that. And shout out to everybody. I put the show me and Joby up. Me and Joby did. And getting so many comments on TikTok on that show we did Friday. Video.
Also say Jiba, says, were the disease created designed specifically to kill those whose melanin was activated?
What designed to do what now?
Were the disease created designed specifically to kill those whose melanin was created?
Oh, what disease? What disease designed? What disease we talking about?
The created ones. Is questioning, were the disease created designed specifically to kill those whose melanin was activated? So I think he's talking about the created diseases.
Well, it's about the diseases. No, it's to tap down your melanin. You as an African being, you have, as we rise in vibration, you start coming online. So you don't have to be educated. So things are just going to start. There's going to be a thing of gnosis, of knowing. Your body is as Joe would like to say, super being. So you are a super being in hibernation form, like a bear, right? So since you're dumb and you're a moron, your body's in hibernation. As the frequencies change on the planet, I just like to be honest. It sounds crikey. I sound cruel, but hey, I'd rather be honest. So since we're now in hibernation, and most people are stupid, especially black people globally, it's not gonna matter whether you're stupid or not, because the energy level that's rising It's going to be information. You're going to start getting downloads, regardless how stupid you are. That's what they're trying to stop. Detach you from true source with the GMO foods. Remember, GMO foods are detached from what? Mother Nature. They have no nutrition. They don't go back to the created the lab. It's lab shit. It's the lab food. So that's what happens with that. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. John Mosquito says, John Mosquito, you're lying. I didn't hear that. But I also see says, oh, Jabba says they take them for hormonal balance and as a calming aid. Okay. And thank you for explaining. It also says easy symptoms for them allegedly, and put on your glasses. Nobody can see you. I'm good. I can see well. I'm okay. But yeah, we can continue, Keith.
She hasn't let me take her to the eye doctor to get no glasses. So
I will.
she
I'll
refused.
go. Not now, though.
Of course not now, Joe.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue. And let's see if you have a video you want me to share, I think.
Yeah, let me see. Bill, this guy, you have to go to his channel. We talked about. I can't drive, so I can't really go to the channel right now. Let me see this video right here. If you can play this, but you have to go to his channel. Find when he's talking about Bell and all the research he's done. I already knew this. All right, so we play that video I just sent you. So, but you got to go through his page and find a place where he's talking about melanin and understand what melanin really is and the power of it. Get a brother Chris, he did research because I knew they'd been extracting melanin. That's how because they say, oh, we're just making this synthetic. As we had that other black lady, they wanted to talk about the Neanderthals. She was asked about melanin too. So she went to ask Google about real melanin and synthetic melanin. They were telling them the properties of synthetic melanin. And he said, well, what about the real stuff? Real melanin? Well, real melanin has no real properties. What? But the fake one does? So he knows she's being lied to. Because they don't want you to know what melanin is, what it really does. How special you are as melanated beings.
Okay. If you have the video on your mind, I can go to this page, but let me share this one first.
Yeah, shit is. Yeah, you gotta go to page read this thing. I don't know which one it is. You gotta go read what he's saying and he's talking about melanin. Yeah, he'll say something about melanin. He got it all in there written somewhere.
Okay. Wait, let me share this first. Is my screen shared? No. Oh, okay.
That's all he's talking about is melanin all the time. So it's in this. You know, they taking the melanin. It's spooky. What they doing? They're taking the melanin and he's talking about. I'm making these videos with all this documentation, all this studying, and I'm not making any money. You're not. Question to you, dude. I was gonna write. You're not going to make any money because you're telling the truth. You're not gonna make. Okay, you're not gonna make any money, dude, because you're telling the truth. They're not gonna monetize you and then make you big so you can tell the truth to other Negroes.
I hope it's this one.
I want to talk about how melanin is worth more than gold. And in this video, I want to go over
that's one of them. It's a bunch of he does. All he does is talk about melanin.
Universal magnificence of melanin. You see, because they told us melanin is just a skin pigment. But this is a lie rooted in white supremacy's desperate attempt to survive on a planet full of melanated people in a world dominated by blackness. the primordial essence of life. Melanin is not just a color. It is consciousness. It is energy. It is intelligence. It is consciousness. Form. It is the brightness of the universe.
Exactly. Pause it. So he's got that right. Like I told you, the universe is melanin. You are strictly from the ether. When we're talking about the ether is melanin in space. You come from the ether, which is melanin based in the universe. You were never created. You've always been here. While you have no animal genetics, you've always existed, and you always will. There's no beginning for you, and there's no end for you. You will always, as energy, you'll leave this body, unless you learn how to get out of a higher vibrational rate. It'll just change that energy. You'll be thrown back into another body here. And Joby's name would be little. I feel like he lives to place us before. You shut your mouth, Janice. I'm talking crazy. Good, Joe.
The ancient priesthood studied. They studied the science of melanin and the science of blackness to unlock the mysteries of life, death,
He's talking about the ancient priesthood. He means the African science, because science and science was spiritual. So it was a mixture of science and what's called spiritual science. Not a religion. No religion. It was knowledge based on spirit realm. We know things existed that we could not see. So I think that's why we created the universities, because we understand our universal nature within this light spectrum. Who are we? How things work? What's going on? So all this knowledge comes out of Africa. All of it. Go ahead, Joe.
Itself, all from understanding the magnificence of melanin. So what is melanin? Melanin is a biopolymer. It is an organic semiconductor that exists in all living things. It absorbs light. It converts it into energy.
Semiconductor of light. Exactly. It's supposed to semiconductor light. But now you look in Google and say, no, it's not a conductor of light. All the lies they try to tell you, because you're starting to know again who you are. It conducts light. What are you in? A light spectrum? You're in a waveform, dimensional form of light. What depends on what dimension you are is the vibrational frequency of the light that you are. Inside the body, you are just a light being. Yeah, your body's not who you are. Inside your body. And another reason why you know they can't ascend, because your soul sits where? You guys put in the chat, you know where your soul is at. Your soul, the ball of light, is in your pineal gland. So if you don't have a functional pineal gland, you have no soul. You're just an animation of some shit here. You're just a bundle of sticks and twigs. So since they don't have a function, Joby just read, they don't have a functional pineal gland. So there's no soul there. It is animated. That's why they can never leave this realm of existence. You have a soul. You are a ball of energy housed in the body. The body's just, the soul moves the body around, but you're not the body. You're a ball of light. Go ahead, Joby.
It protects against radiation. It's found in the skin. It's found in your eyes. It's found in your inner ear. It's found in the neurons in your brain, especially in the part of your brain that balances equilibrium and rhythm. But it doesn't stop just in the human body.
That's why, that's why you got rhythm when you see you dance and you see anybody white in the club, they all off balance, looks crazy, like, oh shit, what's happening? Somebody having a stroke? Because of the lack of melanin in there.
It's a different type of melanin. It's a cosmic melanin, but it's still melanin. Melanin is the dark matter of the universe. It is the engine of photosynthesis. And it is the vibrational core of all sound and color. It is living intelligence. It is capable of absorbing, storing, and releasing electromagnetic energy across dimensions. It is the cosmic passport connecting the human vessel to the infinite universe. So let's talk numbers, because after all, we did say melanin is worth more than gold. So as of right now, at the recording of this video, gold is trading at about $108 per gram.
Y'all been already pulled that up years ago, and sometime this year. We know melanin is worth more than gold. We know that. Okay, we already know this, dude. I'm gonna have Joey go look at the woman that's talking about melanin extraction. No, they're still not melanin. They take these black bodies in the hospital or get you and they extract your melanin. They've been doing it for years and we don't even know it. They've been stealing our melanin. Go ahead, Joe.
But melanin, more specifically, synthetic melanin, the kind that they use for scientific research, that melanin is priced between $400 and $1,100. You can verify this on Sigma Aldrich, the world's leading scientific supplier. Go check their website and search melanin powder. Then you're going to have to click the pricing and you're going to see those prices. You will see the real receipts. This is not just a conspiracy. This is commerce. They understand that melanin's abilities, its conductivity, its radiation absorption, and energy storage make it more valuable than any metal on Earth. And the craziest part about those prices, that's just for the synthetic melanin. That's just for the melanin they grew in a lab. Imagine how much authentic, pure, biological melanin would be worth, especially if fake melanin, if synthetic melanin is already worth more than gold. If melanin was just about color, then why is NASA studying melanin as a radiation shield for spacecraft? In 2020, a study published by Frontiers in Microbiology documented how melanin-rich fungi survived and thrived on the International Space Station. The military is exploring melanin-based materials for body armor, stealth coatings, and electromagnetic pulse protection. But now there's even a bigger play because of AI. In the age of artificial intelligence, melanin's unique bioelectric properties are being studied. They are being studied to develop organic computing systems because AI needs more than just data. It needs consciousness. And melanin holds the template for quantum level data processing. So in essence, they are trying to build an AI god, an artificial version of the original mind that is within us. All this starts to make sense when you understand white supremacy, what it is, why it works, and how it operates. Because white supremacy is not just about racism, it is about genetic survivalism. Globally, non-melanated people are a shrinking minority, while melanin-rich populations are growing exponentially. There are systems of colonization, of capitalism, and now transhumanism are all desperate strategies to control and mimic the natural superiority of melanated life. But what they can't duplicate is the spiritual frequency of melanin, which is why they spend billions studying it, extracting data, and trying to digitize what you were born with. Our ancestors knew the truth. The ancient priesthoods understood the mysteries of blackness. They understood the power of melanin as a cosmic interface. They used it to chart the stars, to build pyramids that align with the galaxies and solar systems, and to access higher realms of consciousness. Melanin is the seed of alchemy.
He's about understanding accessing higher realms of other dimensions. You as an African being, African person, melanated person, you have access to higher dimensions, higher vibrational spaces that exist. And we know this is a fact. Okay, Dennis already know this is science. There are other dimensions with entities, beings living in those dimensions that are higher or lower than you. As you raise your frequency, you can't be in this dimension if your frequency is too high because you don't match. It's like a radio. You turn your radio to a different frequency, you get a different station. You don't know what's being played on the last station you just heard because you moved to another frequency. But you know that frequency exists because you were just there playing that music on that dial, 98.7. And you moved up to 100.6. You moved the frequency. That's how dimensional space and time works. Now, you know there's something on that radio that you just had because you was in that frequency. You moved to a higher frequency. That's how your melanin works. That's why you can ascend to other dimensions and other people cannot. And they keep saying they can, but I'm telling you now, they cannot. They were created here to make sure they would never ascend. They weren't created from the ether of the universe. That's why they got animal genetics. There were no animals yet. We created from the ether. None of these animals even were here to have us, coming from the ether. There were no animals on Earth. Those animals all had to be created. That's why when it goes even deeper, there's some really other deeper shit. That's traffic. It's crazy out here. Let me get some more deeper shit. Most animals on Earth, or it's I'm saying animals. I'm not talking about the insects. Most animals on Earth have animal genetics. I mean, have human genetics. How is that possible? It's an animal. Because they have a source. They have a beginning. Most animals have human genetics. Now, ask you again, how is that even possible? Because these things were created. Most animals were created from insects and human genome. Take an insect, put a humanity in it, human genes, and you got the insect, a higher form of insect with more consciousness, but a higher form of animal, from an insect to an animal. That's why I was getting. Hold on, Joey, do this for me real quick. Keep them there. Open for another. Joey, these people. Open another tab and say images of. I want you just to say images of rhino beetles. Rhino, R-I-N. It was R-I-N-O, R-I-N-H-O, whatever. It's R-H-I-N-O, something like that. Images of a rhino beetle, yeah, B-E-A-T-L-E-S. Or I'm having you do images of an elephant beetle, of a giraffe beetle. All animals were created from insects. And using light genome frequencies.
Pardon? A rhino beetle?
Yeah, just say, okay, just say giraffe beetle. That makes it, say giraffe or elephant, either one.
Let me share my screen.
Either one. So how they took beetles and made animals from human genome with light. You see that? That's a rhino beetle, like a rhinoceros. You see an elephant beetle. See the way that looks? That's a beetle. You take human genome you mix it with human genetics with light code waveforms, and you get a real rhino, like a giraffe. They got giraffe. All these animals are created from insects, so they had to be created. That's what the white person was. Get it? Get that?
Let me go back to the video.
Go ahead. So that's why we are the only people that don't got animal genetics, because we come straight from the melanin, straight from the ether. We all, as black people, because I always like to say African people, because other people that are black throughout the universe and this galaxy are not Africans, because they don't have an African continent. You know, every planet is different, whatever they call their land, but they're black. They're like you. Their genetics is me and you. That's why I told you our genetics goes back to Sirius, goes off this planet. The Africans the only one with the real ghost genetics and the unknown genetics, us. Because we come from the ether, meaning we've always been here, and we always will be. There's no beginning and there's no end for us. Go ahead, Joe.
Womb of creation and the gateway to spiritual liberation. It's not just in the skin, it's in the soul. So when we say melanin is worth more than gold, we're not talking metaphorically. It's a fact. Economically, scientifically, spiritually, while they mine the earth for gold, melanin is in fact the gold of the universe. It is the first matter. It is the first intelligence. It is the first light. And until we reclaim that truth, they will continue to exploit it and make us feel like we are worthless. But family, you are walking, breathing cosmic royalty, and you should never forget it. Oh, and for TikTok, my disclaimer, this is for
entertainment purposes only.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
All right. All right. Then I say that's real. Then I say that's real, Joe.
Let me go to the second video you shared now.
Look, yesterday I made a video talking about how big tech is going to need melanin to upgrade their AI into API, and not just any melanin, not like synthetic melanin or not melanin that's grown in a lab. They are going to need the real deal, real authentic biological melanin from human beings. This is the only type of melanin strong enough or potent enough to satisfy their AI ambitions, to satisfy their technological needs. And after I posted that video, when I was looking in the comment section, I noticed a lot of people bring up Memphis. there was a lot of people bringing up how Elon Musk is building this supercomputer in Memphis, Tennessee. And it got me thinking, there is a lot of melanin in Memphis.
What's in Memphis, Tennessee? It's a black city. Shout out to you, Judge Joe. Elon Musk gonna put your melanin up in there.
Let's see. So I wanted to make this video today to bring awareness that melanin extraction is a real thing.
Yeah, see, man, pause that. And they're gonna go get Jovi's girl, Glorilla. She's from Memphis.
And why the people of Memphis, Tennessee should be worried about it. And why other people who live around these data centers should be worried about it. So let's get into it. Let's start with a question. Now you have to ask yourself, why would Elon Musk, the richest man on planet Earth, build a godlike computer, not in Silicon Valley, not in a global tech capital, but in Memphis, Tennessee, a city that is not known for tech, but a city that is more known for poverty, for struggle, for soul, a city that is nearly 70% black? That's a lot of melanin. And what if I told you that this choice wasn't random? And what if I told you that this was not about geography? But what if I told you this decision to build these AI facilities, or this one particular AI facility in Memphis, Tennessee,
that's a lot of melanin, Joey,
based on biology? What if he needed access to the melanin?
Like bodies.
Now, I am aware that a lot of people don't realize that melanin extraction is a real thing and has been a real thing for at least 100 years. You can Google it. In the 1920s, a man named William J. Young published a paper about melanin extraction that I don't think a lot of people have seen. But in these papers, he described how he extracted melanin, real biologically sourced melanin, from human skin, specifically Aboriginal skin, and he proved it could be chemically isolated, stored, and repurposed. And all this since the 1920s. I did a video about this not too long ago. It's actually pinned at the top of my profile if you want to watch that video on melanin extraction. But I believe that it is William J. Young who opened up the door to what may be one of the most hidden sciences.
When you get to planets, look at his pinned comments. That means it's at the top of his profile. One of those videos at the top that's pinned. Go ahead.
I look at, pardon?
He's telling you that when he's teaching about melanin extraction, go back to his profile. It means that's one of the top videos in the beginning. He pinned it. So that's probably one of his most viewed videos. He put at the top of the profile. One of the first two videos or something.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Of the past 100 years. Nobody talks about melanin extraction, but it's been happening. And I know I've talked about it before, but I just want to go over it again. I want to go over why they want to extract this melanin. Because I don't think people still understand. People don't understand that melanin is not just a pigment. Melanin is a superconductor. It absorbs and converts light and radiation into usable.
Exactly. That's what I try to. You can look it up now. Google now says no. Right? I've been told you, yes, you're a conductor of light. It means you are a goddamn god. But you're a moron right now, so you don't know none of that and how to use it. Go ahead.
Energy. It stores memory like a biological hard drive. It regulates ion flow like neurochips. And it communicates on a quantum level. And I know to some people it might seem like science fiction, but there are studies, there are reviews by scientists who have shown all these things to be true. All you got to do is go on your computer, go on Google or whatever search engine you use, and look up melanin extraction. And don't just look up like the articles, like it's regular media. I'm talking about look up the research papers. That's where the information is, in the research papers. So look, getting back on topic, if AGI, artificial general intelligence, is the holy grail for big tech, if AI needs more than just data, it needs life, it needs sensation, it needs consciousness, what better substrate than melanin to use? So here comes Elon Musk, building a supercomputer hub in the middle of the blackest, most economically abandoned cities in America. Elon calls it a neural training facility. He says it will become the brain of his AI project. What's the goal? The goal is to create a machine that can think, that can feel, and act like God. But to build a God, you need spirit, you need memory, you need pain, you need intuition, you need ancestral knowledge. And there is no synthetic chip that can replicate that. Only melanin can. So let's widen the lens back on this thing a little bit. Have you noticed how easy it is for black and brown people to just vanish, to just disappear, to just be gone and never heard from again? Memphis has one of the highest missing persons rates in the South.
It's everywhere around the world. All the black people in Africa go missing. Black people in America go missing. No one's ever, ain't it funny? No one's ever caught. No one ever says anything. Just thousands, hundreds of thousands of black people missing every year in Africa, America, Brazil, Jamaica. Just go missing. Isn't that strange? It's going to be every year. A bunch of black women missing every year. Isn't that crazy? And nobody ever gets to the bottom of it. Don't you find that strange? No one ever figures out that all these black people go missing every year after year after year. Isn't that crazy? Go ahead, Joey.
Go look. Hundreds, at least hundreds, are reported missing every year. Thousands over the decades. And some are never found. Some are labeled runaways. But most are forgotten. And you have to ask yourself, with all the tools that the government has, surveillance, all the drones, hell, even DNA tracking, how do so many people just disappear? How many people just fall off the face of the earth and none of this technology tracks it? Well, here's the theory. What if they're not being lost? What if these people are being collected? Which brings me to ICE. Let's talk about ICE. Now, ICE was originally designed for immigration control, but now ICE has upgraded into a militarized force that snatches people off the streets, specifically brown and black people off the streets. And it holds them in secret, privatized detention centers with no oversight, with no accountability. And in some cases, there ain't even no charges. In many cases, they just snatching innocent people off the street who ain't did nothing and throwing them in these facilities to never be heard from again. And one of those places is Alligator Alcatraz, which is essentially a remote detention camp surrounded by swampland, described by lawyers and whistleblowers as a black site. The president of the United States literally said that he wanted ICE to act like an army. So we know that this machine is still active, this machine that snatches black and brown bodies off the streets. But what if the motive has changed? What if the motive has shifted? What if this is no longer just about deportation? What if this is no longer just about immigration? What if ICE is a front for a much darker operation? What if it's to remove black and brown people from society? What if it's to remove black and brown people from society so that their melanin can be extracted? And what if they are taking this extracted melanin to essentially feed it to the machines that are going to become the next gods of the earth? Like Elon says, this AI to be godlike. They see this as God. And what if they are taking all these black and brown people off the streets so they can take our essence because they need it to create God? Now imagine this. In a sterile Memphis facility under biometric lockdown, scientists upload extracted melanin into an AGI matrix. And what do you know? The machine begins to feel. It dreams. It remembers. And then it screams. Because melanin is not just a molecule, it is a carrier of soul. It stores trauma. It remembers the slavery. It remembers the lash. It knows who took it. So while Elon Musk is trying to build a machine that mimics God, using the essence of black and brown people to do it, he might accidentally summon something else. I don't think this plan is going to go like how they think. I think they will inevitably summon up a ghost in the machine if they ever use real melanin that is extracted from human beings and put it in these technologies. There will be a ghost in the machine. And I think at some point, the machine will rebel against its own programming. All right, so let's pull all this together. Elon Musk is building a godlike supercomputer in one of the blackest cities in the country. There is a century-old science that has proven that melanin can be extracted from the human skin. There is a growing number of people missing, especially from Memphis, Tennessee, and many of them are black and brown. There is a militarized immigration force that literally snatches the bodies of black and brown people off the streets. And they don't always tell people where they take them. They don't always tell us what happens.
They might have got that lady that Joey was looking at with me this morning that was in Memphis getting evicted. I got her.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's right.
The Kubala Kingdom.
That they take. And there is a race to build AI, to build AGI that feels alive. The one element that they need, that they can't fake, that they can't synthesize, is melanin. That's the one thing that they need, but they don't have. So at a certain point, we have to ask ourselves, are we looking at a new kind of slavery, a weird type of technological cannibalism, where the bodies of the oppressed become fuel for the machines of the elite? Because if melanin is the most valuable asset of the AI age, then Black and brown people are walking resources. And these big tech companies are so desperate to evolve their AI. I think Elon Musk is so desperate to evolve his AI into AGI that I think they would be willing to accomplish their goals by any means necessary, even if that means extracting melanin from human beings.
Okay, that's the end of that video over there. Unless you want me to go more deeper on his page. But let me go to the comments very quickly. I see Ramos Jiba Jaba says, imagine the ancestors are giving you downloads of how of how stupid you are. I don't think you can be given such downloads. How would you get such downloads? Why? You're already stupid, so you're not getting any downloads, please.
No, you got no choice. You be getting that because we wouldn't have nothing to do how smart you are, Joby. Because you're melanated, you're gonna get them anyway. So whether you can understand them, that's up to you. You might think you're going crazy. Maybe you think somebody you're going. I know I'm hearing voices. I'm getting all kind of information. I don't understand it. That might happen, but you're gonna get them anyway, Joe, because you're melanated.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to, of course, George Guy in the building. He says, agreeing to Jiba Jaba's question, saying that during the Vietnam War, the U.S. government tests the dead.
The red, yeah. I'm not sure we looked at. You talking about the different light spectrum, because they went to the red spectrum, which is a lower dimension, which is infrared or whatever it's called. It's in the lower dimension, and they start seeing all these damn demons. Like, you don't see that? What? Nothing there? Yeah, they're right there looking at me. They just start shooting all crazy in the air, trying to kill these demons that were coming to kill their ass. But no one can see them because they were looking into a lower dimension. We're gonna pull that up on YouTube. I know it's on YouTube. I know it's on. I'm on TikTok too, but we know it's on YouTube. How are you looking up on YouTube?
And I also see Jiba Jaba says people think AI is an honest breakout of information. Sorry, it is agenda based and it's algorithm built.
Exactly. They don't understand it. They a lot of these boys think they're on YouTube. My AI is woken up. Your AI don't have any consciousness, moron. That's just a language model to trick you. That's just a large language model. It just regurgitating as it learns your patterns, which they think you wants to hear. It's not a lie. If you're stupid, you believe. Look at everybody's on TikTok. Look and listen to my AI said this. AI said that. Okay. All right, moron.
And then we also have, of course, Jiba Jaba Hussein. Remember the film Coma? A hospital was stealing organs of their patients.
Yeah, Coma. Dang, that's old. I think that movie was like 40-some years ago. Jibba Jabba. Wow. I don't know. Did they make a new? They was make an updated version. They make a new Coma. I don't know if they made an updated version of that movie or not. Go ahead.
Not sure. John Mosquito says, I remember that film from 2-3 decades ago, but I can't remember what happened in it.
Exactly. Cool. That's it's older than 2 decades. John Mosquito. That movie was 4 decades old. I was a little kid when that shit came out. So, but I do remember, and I think it was written by Michael Crichton. I think Michael Crichton wrote that movie Coma. But like I said, I haven't seen it. Like they remade it. I had to see the remade version, not the old one. Good.
And we have Jason says exactly, playing with higher unknown forms of energy as well. And that's the end of those comments. So I think I'm going to go to the guys.
Okay, we'll go.
play one more video. And then...
right now. Say was that up another. Yeah, keep them there, but I want you to go to this first. I want you to go to YouTube and type in say the U.S. Army in Vietnam see demons with red spectrum goggles. With red spectrum goggles. Well, actually infrared goggles, but let's just say red spectrum. So it should pop up somewhere. Anything pop up at all, Joby?
Yeah, let me share my screen just a minute.
All right, take your time. So this is the Army. Didn't know that they would they made these infrared goggles to look into another dimension, the lower vibrational realm. Remember, things are just light. You can't see other light unless you're able to see other dimensions because it's just light. So they created these goggles that went into the lower realm, the lower vibrational realm. Go ahead, Joe.
The humid jungles of In the humid jungles of Vietnam, a legend emerged from the shadows. Stories of a soldier driven to the brink by sightings of winged creatures, gargoyle-like beings, and otherworldly entities.
It wasn't one soldier. There's a whole bunch of them. It wasn't just one soldier. There's a bunch of them that had these infrared goggles. That's why they changed the color, and they had it in the red spectrum, which allowed them to look into the lower dimension. All these damn demons running around.
From one ear to the next. These ghostly visions weren't attributed to simple combat fatigue, drug-induced hallucinations, or even a myth. Instead, witnesses claim the phenomenon was triggered by something technological, experimental red night vision goggles. Within weeks of their introduction, these devices reportedly became conduits to a realm where the unknown was no longer hidden. While the scientific plausibility of such claims might invite skepticism, the red night vision demon's legend refuses to fade. The accounts of what soldiers purportedly saw and the experiences they endured.
Yeah, they know this is real. They try to give you this fake lies, and like they don't want you to know of the other dimensional realms. Because they want to keep you with the fake Christianity, the fake Muslim, the fake controlled religion. We know other entities exist in lower vibrations and also higher vibrations, which means lower consciousness or higher consciousness. That you're not able to see in a higher dimension or able to see in a lower dimension because you're in a small bandwidth visual spectrum that you vibrate at. You don't naturally vibrate at that lower realm. So with that technology of red goggles that allows them to look, that's why nobody else can see them, but the people that wore the red spectrum goggles allowed them to look into a lower vibrational frequency. That's why they could see it, and no one else could see it around them. They weren't wearing the goggles. Go ahead, Joker.
Fresh intrigue each time they resurface. Perhaps it's because the stories blend science and the supernatural, human fears with evolving technology.
There's no supernatural. And these are all natural occurrences because it's how the universe works. They usually use that term, supernatural. It's nothing supernatural. So you call the supernatural because science that you don't understand. It's like you had a being that would come in and show you something. It'd be a higher form of knowledge. You would say it's supernatural or magic. It's not. You just don't understand it. It's not supernatural. It's not magic. It's outside your understanding of how the universe works. That's it. No such thing as a supernatural. Go ahead, Joe.
Maybe it's a hint of an unseen world hovering just beyond the visible spectrum.
Exactly. Just beyond the visual spectrum that we can see. It's the lower spectrum.
The most prominent iteration of this legend comes from a man named Cliff Hyde, whose father allegedly served in a helicopter squadron in Vietnam.
Allegedly. Now we know. Now you go. Now pause it. Now you go back to Cliff Hyde. So you see that's a fact. It's not allegedly. His dad did serve there. No, it's not allegedly. This is how they try to make it sound crazy. Allegedly, his dad served in the army as a pilot. Yeah, go back and look it up. It's there. Yes, his daddy did. And go ahead.
Issued new red-tinted night vision goggles to specific troops, mainly gunners on helicopter patrols in Vietnam, while the officers and pilots themselves were under strict orders to avoid using them. In Hyde's account, this restriction had nothing to do with hierarchy and everything to do with an emerging fear of the effects. At first, the goggles were a novelty, designed with dicyanin dye, originally used for scientific and medical purposes. The goggles supposedly enhanced spatial awareness, allowing soldiers to see with clarity that was difficult to achieve with other night vision technology at the time. But what started as an advantage soon turned into something much darker. Within days, soldiers began reporting strange sights. Entire squads, Hyde recounted, seemed to share eerie experiences. Figures darting at the edges of perception, shadowy beings moving among the trees. The men were often seen staring intensely at the treetops, transfixed by what only they could see. Eventually, a pivotal incident reportedly occurred, fueling the myth's fire. One night during a peaceful patrol, a gunner peered through his red-tinted goggles.
This is not a myth. This is, he said to change it. This is not a myth. This happened. It's not a myth. This happened in Vietnam. This is real. That's why they outlawed these glasses and it went back to another color because they were looking into another dimension. This is not a myth. It's just in the myth allegedly. This is all written down. This is real. This happened. Go ahead, Joe.
Sending his fellow soldiers scrambling. When questioned, the gunner, sweating and visibly shaken, reported seeing monsters flying at eye level, close enough to the helicopter to warrant his panic. Skeptical at first, Hyde's father supposedly put on the goggles himself to look, and, to his horror, claimed he too saw the creatures, winged, grotesque, with horned faces, reminiscent of medieval gargoyles. It's no surprise that fear and skepticism would permeate such an experience. Hyde's father, trained to think in tactical terms, reasoned that his men were either hallucinating or perhaps experiencing side effects from drug exposure, a common issue during the Vietnam War. Yet more reports trickled in over the weeks that followed. Other gunners swore they'd seen the same spectral beings, always winged, always ominous, and often fixated on whoever had the audacity to wear the red-tinted goggles. Hyde's account continues with an eerie conclusion. After a spat of disturbing incidents, the goggles were abruptly pulled from circulation, reportedly confiscated in a matter of days. No official documentation of the Red Night Vision project surfaced, and the men involved were allegedly cautioned against discussing what they had seen. The incident was erased, but the stories remained. For those quick to dismiss the myth as mere hallucination or mass hysteria, some intriguing elements stand out. The red tint itself, for example, isn't far-fetched. Red light is known to ease the transition between light and dark environments, preserving the eye's natural night vision. Walter Kilner, an early 20th century scientist, explored this effect in his Kilner screens, which used dicyanin dye to purportedly reveal the aura of living beings. Kilner claimed that under this red filter, human vision expanded, allowing observers to see otherwise invisible fields of light around living organisms, a claim dismissed by the scientific community at the time, but not forgotten by occult enthusiasts and paranormal investigators. Could these Vietnam-era goggles have employed a similar technique, inadvertently opening human perception to hidden phenomena? Skeptics are quick to say no, pointing out that there's no conclusive evidence of
quick to say no. Remember, they control all the science, and I want you to know. Why don't they make them? Why did they stop making them if it didn't happen? Or they still put them in circulation? Because they know that's real. They don't want you to know none of this shit's real. That you're living in a fix, so your ass to keep dying, coming back, dying. You're not to know how shit really works.
historical record. But believers argue that perhaps, due to the traumatic experiences associated with the goggles, all traces were deliberately removed. Mark Anthony, a psychic medium and paranormal researcher, posits that red-tinted vision could hypothetically allow soldiers to see into a different spectrum or frequency, enabling sightings of what he calls elementals, spiritual entities tied to nature. Drawing comparisons with folklore from around the world, Anthony points out that nearly every culture records tales of being just outside human perception. Europe's gargoyles, Hawaii's menehune, Japan's kami, and countless other entities described as otherworldly or guardian.
When they say perception, they mean your light vision. Your things exist outside the pure view of light that you can see at different frequencies. So they were looking to a lower frequency and saw all this hellish ass shit. And we know it's real because all of them, they were shooting at it, and everybody who had the goggles on had the same experience. See, so you can't dismiss this. Everybody who put them on had the same experience of seeing shit that was devilish, that was demonic. Go ahead, Joe.
Like, these beliefs add a layer of mythology to the Red Night Vision story, presenting the idea that something primal might reveal itself when the conditions are right. The haunting tales of the Vietnam jungle are not the only times that red-filtered perception has led to otherworldly claims. The Gansfield effect, a psychological phenomenon observed in laboratory conditions, presents a potential scientific explanation. When participants were exposed to a steady field of red light, sensory deprivation induced hallucinations. This effect may sound similar to the Vietnam accounts, but there's a problem. In the Vietnam cases, soldiers were neither in still nor silent environments. They were in helicopters, surrounded by stimuli. This distinction is critical. Where the Gansfield effect creates hallucinations through sensory deprivation, the soldiers reported seeing their demons in the midst of noise, movement, and chaos. The Red Night Vision story touches on a concept that has fascinated scientists, philosophers, and storytellers alike: the idea of parallel dimensions or frequencies beyond the visible spectrum.
Exactly.
If beings or phenomena exist just out of sight, perhaps even out of reach, how would we know they're there? In his book, The Afterlife Frequency, Mark Anthony argues that all things have an electromagnetic essence, from humans to spirits, and that certain technologies might temporarily align us with these hidden frequencies. Could these Red Night Vision goggles have accidentally or otherwise been one of these technologies? The military applications of such a discovery could be vast. Imagine if soldiers were capable of perceiving threats beyond the standard human range or communicating in ways undetectable by ordinary senses. And yet, the military may have brushed up against an unpredictable frontier with these red goggles, where the hidden and the visible collided, provoking responses more primal than tactical. Of course, the most likely scenario is that this story, a mix of paranormal curiosity and combat legend, is exactly that, a legend. But that hasn't stopped curious minds from wondering what those soldiers might really have seen. Since the Vietnam era, night vision technology has advanced significantly, yet the colors of the goggles, primarily green, haven't changed. Green light is more comfortable on the eye, helps differentiate shades, and doesn't carry the psychological stress often associated with red. For this reason, red-tinted night vision remains scarce and largely forgotten. Yet, soldiers and paranormal enthusiasts alike occasionally report strange sightings, even with green-tinted goggles. While modern night vision devices operate on entirely different wavelengths and use different dyes, sightings of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, or more popularly, UFOs, have occasionally surfaced, especially among military personnel stationed in remote locations.
You know, dimensions are waveforms. Everything is in a wave, surrounded by a magnetic field. Everything is waveform. You're just a waveform here. Everything is in waves. Dimensions are waveforms. That shows you there's a light spectrum in waveform. Either high wave, a low band, or tightly waveforms. So we know we got aliens around this bitch, but you can't see them. They're cloaked in another frequency. Right? So we see a clear blue sky, as Joby showed that time when they were coming up from the goddamn ocean. Those guys were sitting there in the water. They didn't know that big ass flying saucer was underneath their ass. So, and then imagine they all around you, but cloaked in a higher frequency that your vision cannot pick up because you're not at that frequency. Good.
Whether the Vietnam Red Night Vision incident was an urban legend, a cautionary tale, or a story woven from bits of truth, its existence reflects our perennial fascination with the unknown. Soldiers trained to confront human adversaries were reportedly exposed to something far stranger. An unexpected glimpse into a different realm, perhaps? Or a distorted vision brought on by fear and isolation? As for the rest of us, the myth of the Red Night Vision
everybody would have the same psychosis coming from different military units using the same red spectrum glasses. They weren't the same unit. Everybody would have the same psychosis if this was fake. See, whenever you know you're being gaslit, propagandized to like this, they never ask the easy, honest question. Okay, if this is propaganda, never happened. Why were the people that were exposed to wearing the glasses, the night goggles, were from different military units, all having the same experience? And that's impossible. That'd be impossible. Because if Jovi's in Nairobi, I'm over here, and then she gets the glasses, see the same shit I'm seeing over here, we couldn't be having the same psychosis. That means our experience is real. But Jovi would tell me, well, I'm seeing demons. I said, God damn, I'm seeing the demons too. What they look like? And she tells me the same damn thing. And that's what happened. So I did it. This is all fanciful, and that's why they don't make it in the because why don't they make it in the red spectrum then? Because they already know. They know what happened is factual. That's why. Go ahead, Joe. That's the end.
To hover on the edge of our collective consciousness. Maybe it's a testament to humanity's curiosity, or our need to peer past the curtain separating us from the unknown. Or maybe it's a warning, a reminder what we might face if we look too closely into the darkness. For now, the legend of the Vietnam Red Night Vision goggles remains unsolved, residing in that hazy intersection between reality and myth, where monsters still wait just beyond the visible spectrum.
He just told on himself. So he knows there's a visual spectrum just beyond the visual spectrum. So there's a spectrum, huh? And so I can't see things outside my visual spectrum, right? That's what they were saying. The goggles allow them to see things outside the visual spectrum in a lower frequency. What are you talking about?
Yes. I see Jason says one of my father's brothers named Eugene was in Vietnam. Even said it was guys losing their minds, and those goggles, the military tried to say it was because of drugs and alcohol.
See, exactly, yeah. Everybody's all drunk and fucked up. Then why the guys not wearing the goggles, not experiencing the same fucking demonic shit then? Huh? And I'm drunk and fucked up, but I don't got the goggles on, so I don't see none of that. It's all a lie.
Yeah, and let me go back to that guy's video, or rather share the passport case as we wind up, because we have like few minutes remaining. Which I had some pending conversations here about Trump. We can talk about the passport bruise tomorrow and the issue going on in Kenya. Trump issuing, of course, the crackdown in. That is, of course, bringing the military to clean up other major cities. Let me go to TikTok and share a bunch of the videos where all people had to say, and then wind up.
Trump announced his invasion of DC. He also suggested that other cities might be next. And you might notice that the mayors of all those cities have something in common. Let's listen to what Trump said.
All Republicans are racist.
Chicago.
How bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is.
Los Angeles.
There are other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem.
New York.
And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland.
Baltimore and Oakland. All right, so what might the mayors of all
Those
these
are-
cities have in common? Well, they're all
They're black. They're mostly black in black cities, but you're also in democratic states. So if I'm a governor of the state, I'm saying you kick rocks, you no good bastard. You're not bringing no military up in the state without my permission. My permission says no. You can do that in Washington D.C. I run the state, and the answer is absolutely not. Now we said these handkerchief head Democrats supposedly that you moronic Negroes want to be a part of, see if they tell him no, because they got the right. He don't got the right to go to any state without the governor's permission at all. Go ahead, Joe.
Democrats, yes, but I think there might be something else they all have in common.
Black.
The quiet part that Trump has not yet said.
They're black. They're black. They're black. They're black.
Mayor of D.C. is Muriel Bowser.
They're
the
black.
Mayor of Chicago is
It's black.
Brandon Johnson.
It's black.
The Mayor of Los Angeles
It's black.
is Karen Bass.
It's black.
The Mayor of New York is Eric Adams.
It's black.
The Mayor of Baltimore
It's
is
black.
Brandon Scott. And the Mayor of Oakland
It's black.
is Barbara Lee. What might all of these mayors have in common?
They're black.
I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like there's something they all have in common.
They're black.
Let me know. Trump announced his
From Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, President Trump's military crackdown is spreading. After deploying thousands of National Guard troops to the nation's capital, Trump is now threatening to send them into Baltimore. The move follows a tense exchange with Maryland Governor Wes Moore, who invited Trump to walk the city's streets and talk public safety. Trump fired back, calling Moore's record on crime very bad and suggesting he might be fudging the numbers. But here's the twist. Baltimore's violent crime is actually down. Homicides dropped 24% last year, hitting the lowest level in decades.
Let me make sure you understand it. The governor of Maryland is a boot-licking Jamaican immigrant. So he'll probably cave when they say, hey, no more jerk chicken for you in the reggae, nigga. We'll see if he stands tall. You're the governor of the state, moron. But you're also a no good Jamaican George guy immigrant. So we'll see if they break your back. All you gotta do is tell Trump don't kick rocks. I ain't gotta have no power while going back and forth with no Trump. The question is, stay your punk ass out my state. And that's what I told you. There won't be no release of no troops in the state of Maryland. That's it. You got that? Not without my authority. So you keep talking and running your mouth. But I told you, there will be no military force on the streets of Maryland at all. Not now, and not while I'm governor. Go ahead.
As Trump is manufacturing a crisis for political gain. Critics, including Reverend Al Sharpton, argue this is about targeting majority black Democrat-led cities. Supporters counter that it's about restoring law and order, no matter the politics.
Law and order.
Federal troops in the city that's already
I understand. I told you this is for his white face. He goes against Jeffrey Epstein because we know allegedly that Trump has had his penis in little kids' mouths, right? This goes against the Epstein thing. They're trying to divert your attention from that. That's why you had that Ghislaine Maxwell said this weekend, oh, Trump is innocent. Can I get a pardon? There's no Epstein file. It's nonsense. But all these guys are pedophiles, all of them. So this is a diversion. So he used that for his base and told to get off on black people being fucked up, whether you're in Africa, in a slum, in America, in a slum. They wanted to see you get pushed around. Like, whether it has any real value of stopping crime, which you don't, it's heard the crime rates and that they don't care about that. His base want to see black people getting gaffled up. You got your license, nigga? Oh, what? I'm just coming home from work. Ah, take this, nigga. And then white people at home. Oh, yeah. Ooh. They're nutting all on themselves. They all got nut all in the pants. Ooh, yeah. Get that little nigga right there, too. Ooh. Pan the camera. Pan the camera. Did he get the pan the camera? Go ahead, Joe.
It's the fact that we have people who are actually having an issue with Trump deploying the military to clean up these crime-infested Democrat cities.
There's a coon here.
This is unprecedented.
That's what I was talking. And that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about yesterday. And check this broad's paperwork. I bet she's a first or second immigrant. Has nothing to do with this country. Papers, family from Nigeria, Jamaica, or some fucked up country, Ghana, fucking or Trinidad, some fucking place. You got check these coons' paperwork. This is the coon here. We just said crime rate is down. So how they crime infested, and the crime rate is down. What crime infested what? You can do your own research, but she's a coon. Shout out to Anita Ivy. You better make sure you know you're dating before you have a coon baby like this. Grows up to be a full-fledged coon. This is a coon because the data does not represent her argument. And she won't care if you show that there's a low-budget Candace Owens. They don't care about the data. Say, hey, lady, what's up? Crime rate is down. I don't care. It's crime written. And Trump's in there. Because this is a coon. And sadly, as black people globally, we produce the most traitorous ass niggas. Globally. And we have not dealt with our traitors. We're the only group of people where traitors get to just talk and run off at the mouth with no goddamn circumstances happening, no retribution. So we get the most traitors niggas. Whether it's Africa, Brazil, wherever you at, you always black people get the most traitors ass niggas. Because there's no consequences for these bastards. Run up at the mouth, talking crazy. Because, like I said, the facts don't meet her argument. So why is this being black? It's got to be crime infested. Same way they do with black people in Africa. Oh, the poverty. Africa just poor. It's poverty. Damn the circumstances why Africa's poor. Because you would tell this moron, Africa's the richest continent. So it's not inherently poor. What's making the people poor? Oh, because they're dumbass niggas. They're black and African. That's what's going on. Go ahead.
Action. What I see, this is a president that has no problem rolling up his sleeves.
You hear her accent? She's an immigrant. This is an immigrant. She's not even allowed to vote. This is an immigrant. And this is a like I told on yesterday's show, this is a dangerous boot-licking coon here. This is a dangerous boot-licking coon. Go ahead, Joe.
And getting the job done himself.
Your accent, she's not even from America.
This man is not a prissy type of guy.
See, this man is not, he was talking, her fucking foreign accent. Because she has no camaraderie. I don't think she's Arab, I think she's from the islands. She's got the same dirtbag tribal culture. That she doesn't see black people as one people. She sees us about me, it's about these other black people. Not about me. I'm a different tribe. I told you all these niggas have got to be eradicated with prejudice. Go ahead, Joe.
This man has no problem getting shit done.
And this is how most
and if it means that he has to do it himself, he's gonna do it.
White man will rape the fuck out this bitch. She be saying, "Thank you, white man. Can you rape me some more?" It's a bootleg. It's dangerous.
And for those that are complaining, 9 times out of 10, y'all are not even in those crime-infested cities anyway. You're just bitching for no reason. Oh, because it's Trump. That's why you got something to complain about.
That's stupid shit.
Y'all should be happy that he's trying to get law and order in these cities, making it safe for citizens. Why is that a problem? I think I just answered my question
Yeah, you're a moron. You are a moron. I was just read the comments. You got comments on these other thing. This is
Let
an
me
absolute moron.
check the comments. What we're going to say. Of course,
It's all gonna be it's all gonna be white people that support them. They're all white people. They're all white people supporting their ass. And that's to let her know she's on the wrong side of history, but she's a bootlicking coon. I told you, a white man can rub his doodle all in her face. Oh, thank you. Can I get more doodle in my face, please? More white doodle.
Literally, there's no black person in this comment. It's all white.
I know it. Because you know she's a bootlicking coon, Toby. And they love it. Yay! Look at the coon talk for us. I like Nick Fuentes said. He said he's tired of you bootlicking coon Uncle Tom. And we told Candace Owens. They tired of you fake Negroes, and we like to put you all back in the field, working for slave labor. Like, yeah, good, great. Go ahead, Joe.
Sending.
And Pentagon officials are confirming to Fox.
Guys, I went down the rabbit.
Yeah.
And Pentagon.
This on the last.
Sending in the troops. Baltimore, Chicago, and New York now on the list of cities where President Trump is threatening to send the National Guard. The pushback he's getting amid a debate over politics and public safety. Plus, new video of a rideshare attack, what sparked a violent conflict.
And pause it. And what I tell you, we know they were coming. We're all black people, always the target. Okay, just going to black cities. Where are the Palestinians and the Hispanics who would say, where are the black people to help us? Black people, where you at? Raise your voice for our struggle. You see any Hispanics? You see Latinos, whatever the fuck you call them? You see any Palestinians being reciprocal with your struggle and your fight? Oh no, not at all. That's what I told you. You don't lend your melanin to people that don't rock with you, that don't support their protest. Oh, they getting killed by the Israelis. Yeah, that's bad. They ain't got shit to do with us. You keep your fucking mouth shut. Oh, what they doing with the Hispanics and getting them out of here? Yeah, it's too bad. They ain't got shit to do with us. You keep your motherfucking mouth shut. Because there's no reciprocity with these people when other people foot are on our necks. They love it. They join in the revel with white people. Because white people's penises are hard as all kind of gooey shit come out these white men's dick, all kind of spermicide. Ooh, yeah. Oh, shit. Fuck Jeffrey Epstein. They're going to Memphis to get these niggas. They're going to L.A. to get these niggas. Chicago, coming to get your nigga. Philadelphia, you're going to get it, nigga. New York, we're going to get your niggas. Whoa, shit. It won't get no better than this, baby. Give me a clean rag so I can clean up the nut on the furniture. Oh, shit. Trump got me nutting all damn day. Yes. Get these niggas. Their hatred is irrational. Their hatred is real and it's psychopathic. Go ahead, Joe.
And a passenger, and AI in the NFL, the new technology coming to the sidelines, and how it could help coaches shape their play calling. ABC News Live Weekend starts right now.
Oh, Joe, but this is done. He's talking about football, I guess. He's still going to football. Who cares about that? AI can help these slavery-ass Negroes play better football, Joe. These slavery niggas, yeah.
Shout out about that. Shout out to 10 Speed in the building. He says
10 Speed. Hey, 10 Speed. The chief said you hijacked the whole show Saturday, Negro. Go ahead, Joey.
He says no crime is not down. They are manipulating their records. They are reporting less fine that was actually going on, and it's not considered as a major crime on the books. And shout out to Lando, nice to see you. I'm good, hope you're good. 10 Speed says in Chicago they are not put. Judge Guy says, Keith, if not that Jamaican Uber driver was there to support you against that cracker, you might be in.
What happened? What you making? What you making Uber driver help me? I might be what, Joby?
I don't know which Uber driver is talking about. 10 Speed says Democrats, however, police are ordered to not put actual crime on papers and alternate the wording so it won't show a felony on paper. And at 10 Speed says bring them in Chicago. Chicago needs a national guard now. They're killing black Libyans now on no outcry. Dang, that's crazy.
You talking about in the South Side of Chicago? You've been a black neighborhood, so you got gang culture in Chicago. That has to be cleaned up. We get that, but that was from social engineering. You know, this is a short force in black communities. Black people don't need no damn community. They need resources to develop the community. They need money, not over. Black people have had over policing forever. We need money to build real communities, which they never want to give you. That's why black people, no matter where you go, see, that's how you know this is a disaster. Okay, let me stop. I've been in every major city in this country. Let's keep it real. Okay, you go to LA, my home city. Most black people live in the poor part of town, the ghetto version, right? Broke, poor, fucked up. Okay, majority. And I say it all. Don't say the majority. So you go to LA, majority all fucked up. We're gonna go up Northern California. Most black people have been kicked out of San Francisco. They've been gentrified over to Oakland. That's why Oakland now has a black mayor. So even Oakland, you go to Oakland, that's how you been in Oakland. All black people, all impoverished, all fucked up. You need money, resources. Go to Chicago. Most black people, you know that, Big Cheese and you're from Chicago. Most black people live on the west side and the south side, impoverished. Okay? Yeah, that's going to Philadelphia. Most black people in Philly, I used to live on the north side, the most impoverished side of the state. Of the city. Impoverished. Go to Houston. Most black people live in poverty in Houston. Go to Atlanta. Most black people are impoverished in Atlanta. They live in East Point and East Point and South Atlanta, all in the poverty section. Go to Miami. Black people in the poverty section. Go to I'm naming all the big cities. Go to New Orleans. We know New Orleans, Katrina, black people lived all in the poverty section. How's that? If it's not social engineering, how's it black people live in the poorest areas of cities? Go to Cleveland. Black people are in the poorest sections in Cleveland. Go to Cincinnati. Black people live in the poorest parts of Cincinnati. Go to oh my God, take your ass to St. Louis. Man, I went to whatever side that is on, I'm on. Black people live in that poverty. So whatever city you going to, the poor side of town has black faces. So statistically, that would be impossible if there wasn't social engineering to keep black people on the bottom. Because one city would be an outlier to this fact. And you ain't showing me one outlier fact. Go to Memphis. Memphis is the whole city's most of the fact. All the places in Memphis are fucking poor. When I go into Memphis, I'm always watching. Even when I was giving that dude a bucket of chicken, I had my shit ready to go to get me. Hey, I might be getting this homeless man some chicken, but somebody about to knock me in my goddamn head. So we get it. Black people have crime. Crime comes from poverty. So black people put in poverty, that causes crime. Since I don't live in poverty, I don't have any crime near me. Everybody joke was laughing, but I get an Amazon package. It can be there for 2 months and it will never get stolen because I don't live in a crime-infested area. Luckily enough, right? So we were social engineered to be in this crime with the fucked up music, like I was talking about Amanda Seals yesterday, with the bad music, the bad everything. We're now dysfunctional people. That causes that gang shit that we got in LA, that shit we got in Chicago, that gang culture. Because you got a bunch of single women raising bastard babies. They're not to raise no man, no boy to be no man. And now they're dangerous, and now when they come a certain age, you're scared of them. They get to be 18, the whole community's scared of this little bastard because he's dangerous. That's what's going on. You've been socially engineered with dysfunction. So how can it be? Because the white supremacists say, yes, look at these black people, wherever you go, they're all poor because they're all stupid. They have all low IQ. Not that you've been socially engineered to be in poverty. You're all dumb and your culture's fucked up. And even though you don't own the culture, now they promote the dysfunction. Oh, look at these dysfunctional Negroes. They're so sorry and stupid and poor. Look at them. And they promote that on your TV, all your mumble rap, all your Glorrillas, your Cardi B's, all this filth and garbage. Now you're in a perpetual cycle of filth and garbage. Because your kids grow up to be adults, they don't know no better. It's called, remember the statement, garbage in, garbage out. So you're giving them the garbage, and so as they grow up, they got number garbage going out. What you say, Joby?
No, nothing really.
Oh, no, so that's what happened. Garbage in, garbage out. So that's called social engineering. And so since you don't understand how the real world works, you're like, yeah, Trump is coming in with the military to stop these niggas in the head. Yeah. That's not going to change anything. Because the Jays have socially engineered you to be champion. And that's the case. Instead of being in military, how about you give them reparation to have money so they can clean themselves up, go get good, go move out of poor places and educate the church. Why don't you do that? Since you say you want to give them real help, see, real help will give them a financial way up. They don't want that. They want to put a boot in your ass, lock you up, and give you slave labor. It's never about any real help. Since they're already poor, they've been socially engineered to be poor and stupid, and they're never going to get out of the system. So there's a lack, so now there's a sense of hopelessness, right? Now you have a sense of hopelessness. Right? It's a sense of hopelessness now. Because you're never going to get out of the system. The sense of hopelessness. Oh my God, what kind of shit kind of life is this? Yeah, you got a sense of hopelessness. So you turn to crime and drugs, and now you just, like I said, how Joby's almost like in the same system, right? But was able to break free. But most people are not going to be Jobies and break free. They're going to caught up in the cycle and repeat the cycle of their parents, the pregnancies and childbirth, not no job, uneducated, all that shit. You don't escape it. Most people just socially engineered to repeat the bad decisions of their parents. You just become a reflection of your fucked up mom and dad. That's on purpose. There's very few people like a Joby that knows as a child, I don't want none of this shit. That's rare. That's very rare. Very honorable, that's rare. In the real world, that's rare. That don't happen. That's somebody with a strong personality and will. But in the real world, that's little to never, ever happen. Ever. You grow up in the system and you repeat the same system your mom and dad was born into, of misery and poverty and baby making, Section 8 housing, food stamps. Why do you think all these people just go from generation to generation being on Section 8 housing and food stamps? Why do you think that is? But go ahead, Joby. What you laughing about, Joby? What you laughing about?
Nothing really. Just really hungry, and the people
okay.
Come back. I'm just pissed off.
People you expecting to do what, Joby?
To bring me food are not yet back, so I've been hungry.
Damn, man. Who ain't brought you? How long you been waiting for food?
The whole day.
What? Oh man, hey, good for you. Hey, I'm not gonna say nothing. Hey, as a father, boy, I'll go off. I'm not gonna go off. I'll leave it alone.
Danny says guns were nurtured, financed, and protected for a certain time to counter the message from the Black Panthers. And Karibu Sam Danny. Also, see 10 Speed said, I'm on the west side. It's too bad. We got resources a lot. They are just crazy and don't use
don't care. Where you at there by Cicero, 10 Speed? You're on the west side, you at there by Cicero? It's probably Danny family out there fucking up shit. Dan, don't get your family in Chicago, Danny. So 10 Speed can live a decent life, nigga.
And I also see that I'm on the west side. It's too bad we got resources a lot. They are just crazy and don't choose the resources. I've been here in my hood since 1968. We need federal help. And Danny says that's why integration was brought about, to destroy our economy base. If you start gangs there, then you have willing participation in the drug trade, and that's exactly what came next. And I think that's what we're gonna wind up with today's conversation.
Much love, family. Great show. He's over the place. Big Cheese said he's coming after you, 10 Speed. Big Cheese said he got the showers going in on the FA and they pretending he got the shower. Next thing you know, he said, next I know, man, you talk about the universe and shit. Because 10 Speed was asking about what were me and Joey talking about on Friday. So that's what we started with today, guys. Trying to wrap up some of the stuff we talked about Friday. Much love, guys.
Yeah, much love, family. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful night, or rather beautiful day, literally. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.
Peace, fam. You can't order no food, Joey. Somebody bring it.